RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Andy's Auto Body, Tire, Auto Service, and Sales. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Midwest Members Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, locally brewed craft beer in the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. Calc Institute of Technology, your future, your success.
Does against Belleville East. The Lancers, a record of 23-10, 6-7 in the conference, and St. Peter's on the mound as he loosens up, and he'll face Patrick Gall, Trevor Sanchez, and Cody Freppen. Actually, Freppen is the pitcher. Drew Millis, the catcher. He'll bat third, and Millis hitting near 500 on the year, so watch out for him. He's had an outstanding season on offense. Yates, King, and Lawrence, the middle of the order. The bottom of the order, Hitt, Phillips, and Jones. For Coach Ryan Wiggs, W-I-G-G-S. It's his first year as the head coach for baseball for Belleville East. He will coach down at third base. And we're ready to go.
A lot of players on this lineup got plans to go play baseball at the next level, going to play college ball. And anytime you've got a bunch of players that say that they've been accepted already to play in baseball in a variety of different size programs, got some talent. And there's some bats that the pitcher for Alton today, St. Peter's, is going to have to miss, try to frustrate some of these batters. Fielders going to have to field their positions well, have to play some good defense if they want to win this one.
Get started about 10 minutes late with the senior day activities. Patrick Gall, the starting center fielder and the starting leadoff man here as he gets it underway. It is strike one from St. Peter's. Right-handed batter Gall will pop this one foul over near the Alton first base dugout. Kanalikin reaching up. He can't get it over that tall fence there beyond the dugout. It is strike two.
That ball actually stayed in play. It looks like he just may have misjudged it a little bit as he reached back near the fence, but it actually stayed in the field of play. So it's just a pop-up that maybe could have been an out. We'll see if it cost the Redbirds here as this batter Gall gets a second chance.
Open stance, and he's ready to go from the right side. The pitch from St. Peter's, and it's a ball low and away. Again, a lot of seniors that we'll talk about throughout the afternoon here on Senior Day for Alton Redbirds baseball. Right-handed batter Gall is at 1-2 strikes as St. Peter's wasted one, and this one is low and away. St. Peter's sometimes throwing kind of across his body more than other times, but it seems like he's always stepping just a little bit toward third base and then kind of slings it across his body at times. He's a right-handed pitcher, and again, a record of 6-2 on the year as he faces Belleville East today.
East, 3 out of their first 4 batters in their lineup hitting over 400 on the year.
There's a shot in the hole at short. Patton will stop it. He'll throw from his knees, but no chance to get Gall. He has an infield single in the hole at short. He hit it to the left side, and he's on to start the ball game.
430 hitter coming into the game. Gall reaches on a infield single.
So there's a case where you have the hitter 0-2. You go to 2-2 and have to bring it in. You don't want to walk him. And you bring it in, and he gets a base hit to the left side. Here's Trevor Sanchez, the designated hitter, batting number 2 in the order. Throw over to first, and it skips in at first base, and Kanalikin will have to scoop it there.
Yeah, if that ball gets away from the first baseman, that runner's going to get second easily and maybe get to third. A lot of space, and that's a long way to go for the right fielder to try to retrieve a ball.
Pretty good sized crowd here for Senior Day. Runner going to pitch a strike, but they will not get Gall as the throw bounces in at second base. He had a big jump, and he steals second with nobody out.
Yeah, one of the instances where you steal it on the pitcher, Bunnell really didn't have any chance at all. His throw was on the shortstop side of second, and sliding in safely was Gall with the stolen base, and now runner at second with nobody out for this Lancers squad from Belleville East.
23-10 on the year. The pitch on the way. He was going to bunt, took it low for a ball, and now it's 1-1 with nobody out, and the Lancers have a chance to get on the board here right off the bat, top of the first.
Squaring to bunt. Going to see how Alton's going to defend this with a runner at second. Alton may change it up here if he squares again. Kanelican really expecting a bunt from his first base position.
1-1 with Kanalikin in on the grass, and he offered it that low delivery as he was trying to bunt it, but he missed it. Strike two.
Well, if he gets it down the third base line, that runner should get to third easily because Wynn is not charging at all to field the ball. It's going to be possibly runners at the corners unless the pitcher is able to field the ball. We'll see what this right-handed batter does now with the 2 strikes.
385 to dead center field, the green wall there, and there's a swing and a foul tip down and in as he barely got a piece of it on a weak cut there.
Yeah, it was a defensive swing, very odd swing. Could have taken it for a ball easily. Instead, he swung at a pitch that he really didn't have a chance to do anything with. Count stays 1-2.
Well, he's going to try to hit it to the right side. This one is right down the middle. Strike 3. He took it, and St. Peter's has a big strikeout there for the first out of the first inning.
That's a huge strikeout. Couple of bunt attempts, couldn't move the runner over. Couple of weak swings, and then he takes a third strike, didn't put the ball in play. A big first out of the inning.
And here comes Drew Millis, the catcher from the left side, and he has some offensive numbers and has had for the last couple of years. He's going to play at Missouri State next year. And 481 with a couple of home runs and 23 RBIs. He missed some time with an injury early in the season. And he'll take outside. And during the fall, the quarterback on the football team, and they like to throw the ball, and he could throw it. And he's the catcher here, and we know he can throw it in football and baseball.
Well, Yates is their big RBI guy. He's got 30 on the season. Millis has 23. Yates is on deck.
3-hitter here with 1 on, 1 out. The pitch on the way. Outside and low, 2-0, and probably going to pitch around him with first base open. But again, the cleanup man, Yates, waits in the wings.
He's one of those 400 hitters, 407. I guess you walk the 481 guy to get to the 407 guy.
And hope for maybe a ground ball double play or something. But 2-0 here. You don't want to groove it. And it's down in the dirt. 3-0 the count. Yates will be followed by Isaiah King. Evan Lawrence will bat 6th. Isaiah Hitt will hit 7th. Alex Phillips, the number 8 hitter, Jalen Jones will bat 9th today. Here's a strike on the outside corner, even though it was off the corner. 3-0 becomes 3-1.
He thought it was a ball 4 as he was ready to toss his bat towards the dugout, but the umpire came up with the right hand. Stay in the batter's box, son.
3-1, and he calls timeout and steps out.
Had one of those buffalo gnats swarming around his face. He wanted to call a timeout.
Coach Ryan Wiggs coaching down at third base. He's the head coach for Lancers baseball. Strike on the outside corner again, and the left-handed batter is now at 3-2 here from St. Peter's.
Well, Peters painting that outside corner on a couple of pitches, and if that strike zone was expanded on 3-0, why not try a 3-1 pitch in the same spot? Now where do you do it? You go outside again, or you come back over the middle?
3-2, you don't want to make a mistake, and he doesn't. He bounces it down into the dirt, and Millis looks at the umpire and says, "Is that ball 4?" And he takes a walk.
Well, he didn't want to miss high, and he missed low, puts the runner on, but as you mentioned earlier, it puts the double play in order here. But boy, this is dangerous already in this first inning. With 30 RBIs on the season, Yates tops on the squad. Steps in with runners at first and second.
It is the first baseman, Jordan Yates, and he will take a strike below the belt, above the knees. He kept it low there, strike one.
He is a right-handed batter, so you figure if you should get a ground ball, it would be easier to turn to with a right-handed batter rather than a left-handed batter.
St. Peter's in the stretch position and slows things down with runners on base. We know that. And he turns, no throw to second. Coming into this game, he had 40 strikeouts and 20 walks, and that's not a very good ratio.
And it seemed like a multitude of those walks coming in the last couple of conference starts against Edwardsville and O'Fallon that we saw.
0-1 pitch to Yates, low and away. Bunnell with a good block to his right, way outside.
Well, he's missing by a lot on a couple of these pitches. Bunnell getting a workout early.
Tomorrow, Alton will be on the road. They'll play at Collinsville, Fletcher Field, and finish up the conference season against the K-Hawks tomorrow. Host the regional, 4A regional next week here. Here's another ball low, and it's 2-1. And Isaiah King waiting on deck, and he may have some ducks on the pond when he comes up there.
This batter's an old school throwback type batter. No batting gloves.
2-1 pitch, St. Peter's. It's up and away, but called a strike, and that's a big strike zone if that's going to be a strike.
That was at the letters and maybe higher and maybe a little bit outside, but he got the pitch.
2-2 now to the cleanup man, Yates for Belleville East. Strike three called even further outside and struck him out, 2 down.
Well, he's got two called strike threes in this first inning, and if St. Peter's is going to get this wide strike zone, it's going to be to his benefit as this game progresses. As he froze Yates there on a pitch that looked like it was farther outside than the second called strike.
Isaiah King now, 2 on, 2 out. King ready to go from the right side, and he will take strike one.
Well, it would be a big boost if the Redbirds get out of this first inning jam after runner, the leadoff man, reached second with nobody out, 2 on with just 1 out.
295 for King on the year. Strike called way inside this time, and boy, the strike zone is all over the place here.
And that's benefiting St. Peter's. I mean, what the Alton Redbirds have got to recognize is that the pitcher, when they come to bat, is going to have that wide strike zone too, you assume.
Yeah, that won't make the Lancers happy if it changes when the Redbirds come to the plate. 0-2 here. Low and away, it's in the dirt, and in the dirt means that both runners move up with 2 outs.
And again, Bunnell had to work to keep that ball in front of him, couldn't catch it cleanly, bounced off his padding, and enough that the runners were able to advance with that pitch in the dirt. Takes out that force play at second. But St. Peter's can still get out of the inning if he can retire King.
We're ready to go again. Pitch way up high as he wasted another one there. It's 2-2.
And again, we see St. Peter's just labor and have his pitch counts go up. And it's from the outset, both in the O'Fallon game and Edwardsville game. He struggled from first inning on.
About 25 pitches already here. 2-2 on the way. Swinging a foul, back and out of play.
Pitch may have been outside, but with those called strikes earlier this inning, King couldn't take the chance, so he offered at it, fouled it back.
Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. St. Peter's to King here. Isaiah King. Evan Lawrence on deck. Swinging a ground ball back to the mound. St. Peter's throwing to first for the out, and that will end the inning. 2 left on base, 2 strikeouts in the inning, too, and after a half inning, 0-0. Redbirds coming up in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Conference with 2 games to go today and tomorrow against the Lancers and the K-Hawks in the Southwestern Conference. Alton, batting order for Coach Todd Haug, Rathgeb, Wynn, and Tall at the top. Bunnell, Kanalikin, and Boschert, the middle 3 in the order. Patton, Allen, and Hampton, the bottom 3 in the batting order here today. 0-0, the Lancers, a couple of runners on base, an infield single, a walk, but St. Peter's with a couple of strikeouts, and he gets out of the first inning.
Thank the umpire for a couple of those called strikes out of the strike zone, at least from our vantage point, and St. Peter's was the beneficiary. We'll see how Freppen gets called here, and as he takes to the mound, a 3-3 record for the East Lancers. Freppen is the pitcher getting the start here today, making start number... Is it, where is his numbers? I don't have his numbers. Oh, there we go. His 9th start of the season.
Left-hander on the mound for Belleville East. And it will be Noah Rathgeb stepping in as we get ready to go. Redbirds in the white home uniforms with birds on the bat, on their jersey. Fly ball, short center field. Second baseman going out to call for it, and he has it. Lawrence, a long run from his second base spot, but center fielder was playing pretty deep and got a late jump on it too. It's a pop up to second.
Yeah, the second baseman actually caught the ball deeper than what the center fielder was coming in to make the play. And usually you see the center fielder call off an infielder, but the second baseman Lawrence makes the good running play into the outfield.
Left-handed batter now, Stephen Wynn digs in. Third baseman takes a strike, now a foul ball, strike 2. Rob Tall waits on deck, and when he gets up there, we'll tell you what the freshman did yesterday. He set a school record against East St. Louis. The hint is he went 5 for 5, but that's not the record. Ball high, it's 1-2 now. Bunnell will bat fourth. He's the cleanup man, the catcher. Lefty against lefty, and Wynn will ground it to second, and that will be Lawrence again. Throw to first, 2 down.
Lawrence got a big hop that time. Almost surprised him as it hit that seam between the grass and the dirt. Came up on the second baseman, but he stayed with it and threw out and Wynn easily at first base.
Second baseman, number 2, Rob.
Number 2, Rob Tall steps in. The freshman against East St. Louis yesterday, 5 for 5. 9 RBIs in the game yesterday. Outside and called a strike. There's that strike again. It's 0-1. 9 runs batted in. That's a good month, really.
And obviously you got to get runners on base in front of you, so his teammates did their job, and he did his job by coming through. 477 batting average on the season for Rob Tall, and I'm sure it jumped up quite a bit going 5 for 5 yesterday.
Catcher jumps up to catch this high waist pitch. It's 1-2 now to Tall. What a freshman year he's had, and what a career he has ahead of him at the prep level here the next 3 years. Foul ball.
9 RBIs yesterday, so that brings his total up to 45 on the season, and that's almost 20 more, 15 to 20 more RBIs than his closest teammate.
Well, he's batted right in the heart of the order all year long. Here's a swing and a miss, low and away on that outside corner, and he takes the cut and misses for the strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Redbirds. We've played 1 inning here at Alton High. Redbird Field, For baseball today, it's 0-0 after 1 inning. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, we believe that great food paired with our own locally brewed craft beer is a staple in life, and we want to share that experience. At 4204, you will find a menu that complements our very own award-winning craft beers, and we serve the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. You can find us in both Alton by the Alton Square Mall and at our original location at 4204 West Main Street in Belleville. Come visit 4204 Main Street Brewing Company today for an experience you won't soon forget.
Winning streaks of 5 in a row, 4 in a row, another 4-game winning streak in early May. Then they lost 4 out of 5. Just before beating East St. Louis, they had lost 4 out of 5. Losing to West and Edwardsville and Triad. And this pitch inside, and it's going to be 1-1.
Well, the batter says it hit his hand. The coach is going to come in and say, hey, was that a swing? If it's a swing, we understand. But if you call it a ball, it hit his hand, he should take first.
Or if the hand is part of the bat, is it a foul ball? I mean,
I think it's only part of the bat is if you offer at it.
Well, the home plate umpire going to discuss things with the head coach for Belleville East, and it's going to be a 1-1 count.
I think if
I'm now they're going to say it is a foul ball, I guess. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes.
And that is saying that he would have been called a strike if it would not have hit him, I guess.
And he offered at it, I guess. Swing and a miss, low and away, and that is strike 3. And St. Peter's 3 early Ks here.
First time he got a batter swinging after those first 2 called strikeouts. And St. Peter's, he can rack up the strikeouts. But he works on the edges of the plate, and he uses a lot of off-speed stuff, and if he just doesn't have his command, the walks can add up too. But 3 strikeouts early, that's a good sign.
Swing and a miss. Off-speed delivery to start Isaiah Hitt, H-I-T-T. Hitt plays right field. Swing and a miss, outside edge, it's 0-2.
Well, that's a baseball name.
One of the best baseball names you'll ever hear.
Yeah, that or Homer Bailey, but you don't really want to be a pitcher if you're named Homer. Yeah.
And Hitt will swing and miss. He didn't hit that one. Strike 3. It's another K.
St. Peter's getting into a bit of a rhythm here. Don't see him laboring like he did. He's working a little bit more quickly, and he's got a couple of strikeouts to show for it. 2 in each inning. 4 total.
Alex Phillips, third baseman, digs in. 4 in a row retired since the walk, and this one is tapped up the third base line. Bunnell quickly throws high, safe. As the first baseman came off the bag, I thought he came back down and landed on the bag, but maybe it was as the runner was crossing the bag.
Well, it looked to me from this angle that he definitely had to leap and catch the ball, but it looked like his foot came down before the runner got there. Coach Haug wants the base umpire to confer with the home plate umpire to see if they agree. I don't think he's going to get that.
We've had arguments with home plate umpire, the base umpire, and we just got started here.
The base umpire is insistent that he left the bag, and he was calling him safe before he even came down. And that's, I mean, he should have waited. He called him safe, and I think that was a missed call.
A swinging bunt single, I guess, up the third base line in the dirt there. And Jalen Jones will bat now. The pitch on the way, and it is a strike on that outside corner.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how St. Peter's reacts here. He got those quick 2 outs via the strikeout. And now he's got a runner on base. And this is where he gets in trouble, when he gets a runner on.
Swing and a miss, up and in, and Jalen Jones, the shortstop, is it 2 strikes and nothing now with 2 outs.
And ball handcuffed Bunnell a little bit, caught it awkwardly. But a couple of quick strikes, and you see St. Peter's focusing on the batter and not the runner necessarily.
Strike 3 called on that outside edge and beyond once again, and he strikes out the side. It is 5 strikeouts early on for Jake St. Peter's. We have a 0-0 game here at Alton High. Redbirds and Lancers. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number 1. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
Designated hitter. He's going to bat for St. Peter's today, the DH in the number 6 hole. Backup catcher, too. Left-handed batter, number 10, will take a strike. It's 0-1.
Left-handed batter with a runner at first. It's got a pretty good size hole to try to yank a ball through. Doing so against a left-handed pitcher might be a little bit more difficult as they hold the runner on at first.
Swing and a miss. Tied him up and in again as the baseball head coach, Todd Haug, coaches down at third. His assistant, Nick Smith, coaching at first base for Redbirds baseball. 2 strikes and nothing here. 1 on, 1 out. Boschert. Throw over to first by the left-handed pitcher and scooped out of the dirt over there by Yates.
Yates kind of reacted slowly to that pickoff ball that was in the dirt, and as he reached for it, he was lucky to keep that ball in front of him.
Long look by the pitcher here. The stretch, the lefty brings it home. Swing and a ground ball right back to him. Out at second and over to first. It's a double play. Pitcher starts the double play. 1-6-3, and that's the end of the Redbirds in the second inning. After 2, still no score. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
Strikeouts have started to add up for St. Peter's. He struck out 5 in the first 2 innings.
St. Peter's to Patrick Gall here. Infield single, first time up, down and in, ball 1. 3rd inning underway.
Hit that ball into the hole. Patton playing a little bit more towards the hole here in this second at-bat for Gall.
Right-handed batter, and he hits one down the third baseline. Foul. It's 1-1. Lancers again will play Belleville West next week in their first playoff game. That'll be at the Belleville West Regional. And Edwardsville, Collinsville, Granite City will all be at that regional with the 2 Bellevilles. There's a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Rob Tall playing there behind the bag, though, and he throws to first, out number 1.
Ball took a bounce off the mound and took a high hop to a Tall, who was playing towards second base with that right-handed batter. Throw him out at first by a few steps for the first out of the inning.
This afternoon in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers beating the Cubs 5-3 in Milwaukee. Cardinals home again tonight against the Rockies at Busch. There's a strike to Trevor Sanchez.
St. Peter's had his way with this batter last time up. Sanchez did not look comfortable. Watches a first strike here.
Ground ball to second again. Tall is there again. 2 up, 2 down. Another bouncing ball to second base.
And it took about 5 or 6 hops to Tall. It was not hit sharply, and Tall had to charge it a little bit to make sure he got Sanchez at first. He did.
355 to the alleys, and in left center field, beyond that 355 sign, the scoreboard here for the Alton Redbirds at the baseball diamond, the tree line from foul pole to foul pole out there in home run territory. All those trees here, and a nice setting if you haven't been here this spring for Redbirds baseball at the new Redbird Field here behind Alton High. And they will have the regional next week if you'd like to come out and see some playoff baseball here.
And there's some fans that have found a spot out beyond the right field fence where they have gathered for the games we've seen, and that crowd seems to get bigger and bigger with each game. Maybe it corresponds with the weather getting better too.
This one's popped, third base side, foul territory. Wynn reaches up and makes the play. Reaches up and back behind him as it started spinning back toward the field a little bit, but he stayed with it. 1-2-3 for Belleville East. Middle of the third inning, still no score. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Calc Institute of Technology is working for you with career programs for today's jobs. As a career student, you can expect a welcoming atmosphere with exceptional personal service, small classes with one-on-one attention, a set class schedule, and short-term programs that will get you into the workforce quickly. Calc has 2 locations for your convenience located in both Alton and Fairview Heights. For more information, visit Calc online at www.calc.edu.
You get to see how Freppen pitches with a runner on too much. Nothing better than to get a leadoff man reach base and see how he reacts to that.
And the batter digging in here, Stephen Patton, the shortstop. As he gets ready to go from the right side, he pops it up. First baseman in foul territory has room, and Yates will grab that pop in foul territory. 1 down.
Again, first pitch swinging as Patton pops that one up just in front of the Redbirds dugout down the first base line.
Derek Allen now, the right fielder. He digs in, gets ready to go, and Allen, one of the seniors here on Senior Day in the lineup. And he will hit one off the first baseman's glove, a diving attempt by Yates, but it goes into right field for a base hit with 1 out.
Sharply hit the other way by the right-handed batting Allen off the glove of Yates. It almost went towards that second base position. It would have been interesting to see if Allen could have beaten it out, but it goes beyond the second baseman into short right field. And 2 hits in as many innings now for the Redbirds after they were retired 1-2-3 in the first.
Left-handed batter, Mike Hampton, number 18, steps in. Center fielder. Hampton with 1 on and 1 out. He's the 9th place hitter for Alton. Then we go to the top again. Noah Rathgeb. Here's a bunt up the first base side. Freppen has it, throws to first for the out. Sack bunt, but Hampton, I think, going for a bunt single there, kind of dragging it a little bit, but he's out number 2.
Yeah, if you're a good enough bunter, even though it's the sacrifice play, the call by the manager, you could still beat it out if you place it in the right spot. Hampton moves the runner up, which is priority number 1, and he didn't quite beat it out at first base.
Soft line drive, second baseman there though, and Lawrence grabs it on the backhand, and Rathgeb is out number 3. And we've played 3 here at Alton High. Redbirds and Lancers still 0-0. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Come on, guys. We're only up by 1 run. I need some insurance. Let's go.
Put me in, Coach. I can get you some insurance.
AmFam G-Man at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a long one. A home run for AmFam G-Man.
Hit a home run with my team, a winning team. Let me protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062. Come on, Coach.
American Family Insurance.
Again, it looks like 4 teams, 20 or more victories in the conference this year overall. Here's a ground ball hit to third. Wynn stays with it, throws to first for the out. Good play to his left at the hot corner. Wynn on that smash, bobbled it a little, stayed with it though.
Yeah, Yates hit it hard enough that Wynn had a second chance to get the batter out after knocking the ball down initially. Didn't roll too far from him, and Wynn came up throwing and got Yates at first.
That brings in Isaiah King, then Evan Lawrence here in this top of the fourth. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball rolling to short. Patton is there. Fires low and out number 2.
Wynn decided to let that ball roll to Patton. Wynn could have tried to cut it off, but he would have been a little bit more.
Here's a bunt attempt, and it is foul by Lawrence. Strike 1.
First at-bats for these East Lancers team. They were making St. Peter's work. Now they're swinging at the first pitch. A couple of quick outs, and Lawrence offered at that first pitch from St. Peter's. It's got the makings of a quick inning if he can retire him here.
Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. I think the Lancers found out quickly that almost everything's a strike. I better swing, and swing often.
Well, in the program, there is a senior dinner at 6:30 tonight, so maybe the umpire's aware of that too.
Maybe they're invited to the dinner. Here's a fly ball to center field, and Hampton is there, and that is the end of the Lancers' fourth inning. 1-2-3, 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Field, but he's turned it around, and Freppen's been on his game since the outset.
1 ball, 1 strike to the Redbirds third baseman. Redbirds hits belong to Derek Allen and Jacob Kanalikin, 2 hits. This one is outside.
We haven't seen too many Alton batters take pitches, and that was one where you wondered to see if Freppen would get the calls that St. Peter's got early, and he didn't get the call there.
Fly ball to short center field, and the center fielder has time to run under it. Gall makes the catch, 1 out. For Belleville East, King in left, Gall in center, hit in right. Freppen the pitcher, Millis the catcher. Infield third to first, Phillips, Jones, Lawrence, and Yates. For the Blue Lancers, the Redbirds, Rob Tall, foul ball, strike 1.
Well, Alton's gotten their hits in the second and third innings with 1 out, and there's 1 out here in the fourth, so Rob Tall should be able to reach base via the single.
This one is up and away, ball 1.
Or double.
Freppen looks in, brings it in low for a ball. 2-1 count to the second baseman for the Redbirds. Right-handed batter, wears number 2. Freppen brings it in, and inside corner, strike call.
There you got that pitch on the paint. Just flinching out of the way was Tall, but the called strike on the inside corner.
Off the end of the bat, tapped back toward the mound. Freppen throws to first. Pitcher throws him out, 2 down.
So what do you do if you're a pitcher? If you get that inside strike called, you go to the outside part of the plate and you get that batter to hit it off the end of the bat, and it's quickly 2 outs here in the fourth.
You don't see many games where the umpire gives you inside off the plate and outside off the plate. But it's been that way today, really. Ball 1 outside here. 1 ball, no strikes. Quickly 2 outs. Aaron Bunnell, the catcher. Foul ball, 1-1.
At certain levels, you expect to have an umpire have a wide strike zone. Usually at the high school level, the varsity high school level, that strike zone gets smaller and smaller. but not here today.
And they may give you the inside one day and the outside the next day. You got to figure that out rather quickly, and they've figured out today's strike zone rather quickly, both teams. 2-1 pitch, swing and a foul again, 2-2.
Well, this umpire really sets up on the inside part of the plate. Usually you see him a little bit more over the shoulder of the catcher. In this instance, he's filled that gap between the catcher and the batter's box.
That one on the inside corner called a ball. It's a full count. 3-2 now with Kanalikan on deck. This one is up and in, up high for ball 4.
Well, the catcher wanted it in, but the pitcher missed in just a little bit, and this is the first walk of the game issued to a Redbird batter.
First baseman, number 23, Jacob Kanalikan.
And Jacob Kanalikan will step in now from the right side. He has a hit in the game. And the Redbirds bring in another senior, Matt McDonald, to run down at first, a courtesy runner for the catcher. So McDonald at first and 2 down.
Base runners in 3 straight innings now for the Redbirds, but they haven't gotten that second base runner yet in the same inning.
The first pitch down and in. The runner dancing around there at first a little bit. Matt in to run. He's one of the seniors too again on senior day here. Ball 1 to Kanalikan. Hit and run. Foul ball. Back to the screen.
Trying to hit behind him with that gap over there with the runner taking off. The second baseman was covering second base with the right-handed batter, opening up a big hole on that side of the infield. Kanalikan trying to guide it through there. Fouled it off.
Runner at first and 2 down. Time called by the batter. Freppen, the left-hander, up on the hill for the Lancers. He's a lefty. This is a fly ball into right center field. It's going to drop. Right fielder plays it on a hop and will fire it all the way to third. Missed the cutoff, but first and third with that base hit. 2 on, 2 out.
Well, there you go. The single with 2 outs with a runner on, and it sets up a situation now where the Redbirds can score a run if they can get that 2-out hit from Seth Boschert. Back-to-back base runners. Kanalikan 2 for 2 today.
And now a quick meeting on the mound as one of the coaches from the Lancers third base dugout heads to the hill here as they talk over Boschert. 17 for 33 coming into the game, and he is 0 for 1. So 17 for 34. He's hitting .500 in his 34 at-bats. He does have 11 RBIs. He had 3 RBIs yesterday, and he has a chance here with 2 on, 2 out, and the Redbirds can score that 2-out walk if they get that runner in from third. He walked with 2 outs.
Boschert getting much more playing time in recent weeks than he did early in the season. Let's see if he can come through here. Needs a 2-out single to get that runner in.
Redbirds will take a wild pitch, an error.
And there's a bunch of ways.
Something here to score that first run of the game as we're in the 4th inning. Middle of the ball game, 0-0. And the pitch. It's high to the lefty. It's lefty against lefty here. We've played almost an hour of baseball. We're in the bottom of the 4th.
And the first baseman is holding the runner on with the left-handed batting Boschert. There's a good-sized hole on that right side of the diamond.
Curveball drops right in there. A dandy 1-1.
And that would have been a good pitch to pull through that hole because it was an off-speed pitch you can turn on. But Boschert was expecting something else. Couldn't pull the trigger on that curve.
Stephen Patton, the shortstop, will be next if it remains alive here with 2 on, 2 out. Pitch to Boschert, and it is on the outside corner. Strike call.
I think Boschert was guessing again that time, and the pitcher paints that outside corner. And now you're in the hole. You got to protect the plate, and you can't guess anymore. You got to offer it something to try to get this run in.
Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. A high fastball up in his eyes and couldn't lay off of it. Struck him out, and that's the end of the 4th inning for the Redbirds. 2 left on base there, a walk and a hit with 2 outs. But it's still 0-0 as we go to the 5th inning. After this, you're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Here, 355 to the alleys, 385 to dead center field. There's that little area in center field where the wall gets a little taller. And this fly ball is deep to left. He yanked it, pulled it, deep to left, and it is gone. Just barely cleared the wall. A towering drive. Isaiah hit with a hit over the wall.
Yeah, he was turning on that first pitch from St. Peter's. Rathgeb gave chase, and he thought he had a play on it, and then he looked up at the last second. He ran face first right into that green screen out there, and Lancers break on top, ending the 7 retired in a row by St. Peter's as Hit hits the long ball.
And I guess he may have gotten a little help from the wind there because that ball just kept carrying and carrying for him because it was up in the air, a towering drive. I thought it might be too high to get out, but he hits his first home run of the year here in the middle of May.
There's not much of a wind. If it was wind aided, it wasn't too much. As we see some of these senior day balloons blow. No flag out in the outfield that would be an indication, but virtually straight away left field, and Lancers break through.
Just over that yellow line. It couldn't have cleared that line by more than a foot or two maybe. It was right there, and Rathgeb was right there on the wall.
Yeah, he thought he had a play until the last second when that fence got in his way.
1-0 Lancers. Here's a base hit into center field, and after the home run, Phillips, the 8-hitter, sends one to center field.
A couple of hard hit balls this inning as Phillips lines that one back up through the box and had St. Peter's ducking for cover. He's signaling to the dugout a little bit, I think, about location, as he must have missed his spot that time. I think he's saying he left it up a little bit. And Phillips made him pay.
Well, this inning, it was the bottom 3 in the batting order, but they're doing some damage here. Here's a bunt foul, strike 1.
Yeah, Phillips is 2 for 2.
Hit, struck out his first time, and then hits the long ball the second time, his first homer of the year. 1-0, 5th inning. Lancers on top.
Well, you don't want to get to the top of the order if you're struggling here because they've got some big bats at the top of this order, and they've had a success all season long with those big bats setting the table for the middle of the lineup.
Bunt in the air, foul to the screen again, strike 2.
And that's the case with most teams. I mean, most teams at this level, they don't go 1 through 9 with the big, gaudy offensive numbers. It's usually front-loaded. And if you can get any production whatsoever from the bottom of the lineup to set the table for the top, you're going to have some success.
St. Peter's the stretch, runner at first, and nobody out. Pitch. Line drive to Kanalikan. He steps on the bag for a double play, and nowhere the runner could go there. Hit hard, but right at the first baseman.
That's exactly what it was ordered by the Redbirds. A hard hit ball, 3rd straight hard hit ball by this Lancers team, but right at Kanalikan, and all he had to do was step on first as that runner was about halfway between first and second, no man land.
Leadoff man, Patrick Gall, swing and a miss, strike one. Gall is 1 for 2, a single. 2 hits this inning, 4 hits for the Lancers in the game. Here's a foul ball, strike 2. But the home run puts them on top here in this inning. And we'll see how the Redbirds respond with still some at-bats left. They have 9 outs to work with as we're in the 5th.
And they've had runners on the last couple of innings, so they know they can reach base against this team. And a runner at third gets stranded last inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch by St. Peter's, the pitch. It's low and away. It's 1-1.
And when you came into this game and you saw some of the numbers offensively for this East team, you didn't expect Hit to be the one that hits it out.
Not at all. But he sent it a long way to left. Here's a ground ball, backhanded by Patton, but takes a tricky hop there at the end and goes off of his glove into left field on the backhanded try.
I don't know if they've got anybody warming up in the Alton bullpen, but there's been some hard hit balls this inning, and that one was hit hard into the hole off the glove of Patton. He couldn't have time to get in front of it, tried to backhand it, and it's a hit by Gall.
I'm going to call it an infield hit.
Yeah.
Good speed. He may have beaten it out anyway in the hole. Couple of infield hits for the center fielder. Here's Sanchez. Throw over to first. Runner back. 2 down. Trevor Sanchez, the DH, 0 for 2.
After singling back in the first, Gall stole a base. He's got a big lead here, and St. Peter's keeping an eye on him. We've seen St. Peter's have more success when he just goes after the batters.
Throw over to first again.
But as we've talked about before earlier this season, a lot of these pickoff plays, it's not the decision of the pitcher per se. Sometimes there's calls from the dugout to the catcher relayed to the pitcher to make that throw.
There's a strike and the runner going and safe. Again, he gets a good jump. And again, the throw bounces into second base. And with 2 outs, he's at second in scoring position here.
Yeah, I think he would have stolen it no matter what the throw from Bunnell. Kept the ball on the infield so he couldn't advance to third, but now he's in scoring position.
We're in the top of the 5th. Craig Ballman and Brent Birkeland here with you. Again, after the game, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. And our next broadcast will be more baseball, but not until Monday as we start the 3A and 4A regional baseball and softball coverage for you next week. But it'll be Marquette and CM back-to-back on Monday for you. 3A baseball.
For the big schools, 3 and 4A starting regional play next week.
Stretch by St. Peter's. Here it comes. It's a strike. Outside corner.
The good thing for the Redbirds, they've got 2 outs, and they've got this batter who just has not looked comfortable in the batter's box in his first 2 plate appearances. He's 0 for 2, and St. Peter's has had his way with him. Just go after him here.
Swing and a foul back to the screen. We mentioned those regionals next week, and CM, Marquette, and Jersey will all be at the Highland 3A regional. For Alton softball, it's going to be the Collinsville regional. Alton baseball, once again, hosting a regional here at Alton High. 2 strikes and nothing here. 2 outs. A base hit may give the Lancers another run. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Outside away from the batter, another strikeout, and St. Peter's keeping the K's active today. He has 6 strikeouts and 1 walk in the game, but he gives up a homer in the 5th inning, and that's our first run of the game. Lancers 1, Redbirds nothing in the 5th. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Midwest Members Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Midwest Members is the one place to go.
Strike, we're underway, bottom of the 5th.
Starting him off with an off-speed pitch that time.
Ground ball to the right side, and the second baseman, Lawrence, will throw to first for the out. This pitcher not overpowering, just 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, but the lefty is pitching to contact and the defense doing the rest.
Yeah, he's keeping him off balance. There's been a couple of times when it looks obvious that the Redbirds had just guessed wrong. They didn't expect a off-speed pitch when they were looking maybe for fastball, and that's what a pitcher does to, when he doesn't have that overpowering stuff, to still be very, very effective.
Curveball catches the outside corner there, way out there on Derek Allen, strike 1.
Well, maybe you're picking up a pattern here, starting off both of these batters with curveballs.
Here's another pitch, swinging a foul, and quickly it's 0-2. Allen has one of the hits for Alton. The other 2 belong to Canalican. He's 2 for 2.
Of course, we don't have the breakdown at this level about just what batters do when they're 0-2, but I can assure you that it's a count that the pitchers prefer. The batters are on the defensive when they're in an 0-2 hole.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Redbirds 21-11, 10 games over 500. Here's another foul ball.
Nick Smith doesn't flinch over there with that ball coming towards him.
Right-handed batter, Derek Allen. Lefty, Mike Hampton on deck. 2 strikes and a ball, and this pitch is high, 2-2.
Another off-speed pitch, and got away from him just a little bit, missed it.
2-2, swing and a foul. First base side, beyond the dugout, out of play. Into the bullpen. These 2 pitchers have gone the distance, obviously, in a 1-0 game, and each of them 5 innings so far. 1 out in the 5th inning here for the Belleville East lefty. Freppin 3-3 on the season.
And Devin Coley is in the bullpen for Alton.
There's a fly ball to left. Easy play for the left fielder in front of the scoreboard out there. King will grab it, and there's 2 outs in the 5th.
Haven't seen a lot of pulled balls by the Redbirds today. That one turned on by the right-handed batter, and Allen flies it to left where it's hauled in easily there by King.
Redbirds ready to go with the lefty now. Hampton low and away for a ball. Alton yesterday with a baseball victory, a softball win over Cahokia, and a soccer playoff win over Belleville East. They beat Belleville East in sudden death penalty kicks, winning it 2-1.
Some successful spring sports programs at AHS.
Another foul ball, 2 quick strikes here on Hampton.
And that doesn't even take into account the track teams.
And among others, that would be LaJarvia Brown qualifying for 4 events at state. Ball low and away here. Hampton, number 9 hitter, a sacrifice bunt his first time up, but Redbird still just 3 hits, a 3-hit shutout right now, 1-0. This one's high for a ball, and on deck, Noah Rathgev, the leadoff hitter. We'll see if he bats here in the 5th inning with 2 down and nobody on base right here. Pitch is up and in, and it's ball 4. He walks the number 9 hitter.
Just a couple of walks issued by this pitcher Freppen, but they've come in the last 2 innings. Last inning, Bunnell walked, and now Hampton walks with 2 outs.
Number 11, the pitcher Cody Freppen. Facing Noah Rathgeb now, 0 for 2. He's hit it to the second baseman twice. A pop out to second and a soft liner to the second baseman Lawrence. And he's up there for the 3rd time now in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to him, and it's outside corner, strike 1.
And with that runner reaching on the batter reaching on a walk, that's now 4 straight innings that the Redbirds have had runners on. The only inning that they didn't put one on was the 1st.
Fly ball to center field. Center fielder coming in, still coming in, and he can't make the play. A diving attempt. He will pick it up and get it back in quickly. Gall with a good diving try in left center field as that ball was sinking quickly out there, and it's 1st and 3rd, 2 down.
Yeah, he didn't get a good jump on it. He kind of froze a little bit as contact was made, and he made a late break and almost came up with it, but Redbird fans are happy to see that white ball bounce into the air, and the runner from first was easy to get down to second base, Hampton. And now runners at the corners, and you got Wynn and Tall and Bunnell possibly coming to bat. This is when the Redbirds need to take advantage if they want to get the equalizer here.
And we'll see if Wynn can come through. He is 0 for 2, but a .434 batting average, so he might be due at 0 for 2 with 27 RBIs. He has 5 triples, 5 doubles, and Wynn with those 27 ribbies can tie the game here with 2 outs. They had the 2-out chance last inning, 1st and 3rd, and they have 1st and 3rd here with 2 down.
Well, these are the guys you want up. These are the guys that have come through during the bulk of the season. Now, will they come through here? That remains to be seen, but it's the situation you want. You'd like it to be maybe nobody out or 1 out. There's 2 outs here, and I'll take my chances with Wynn and Tall due up to get a run across.
Wynn with an RBI would tie Patton for 2nd place behind Tall on that list for the team, and he's looking for RBI number 28, and it would be a big one here in the 5th. Ball 1 high.
Borderline pitch that time, and he watched it for a ball.
Long stretch, Cody Freppen brings it in, foul ball, and we'll have to keep an eye on Rathgeb if he makes a break towards second base and they try some kind of double steal. Sometimes you see that with 2 outs to try to get a run.
Well, definitely with contact, he's going to be going, and if this ball is hit anywhere towards the outfield in a gap, he's got a chance to score from first. He's a speedy runner. It's up to Wynn to try to plug one of these gaps.
Hampton with his lead at third base. Runner going, well, he fakes going from first. The curve is in there for a strike, though, and it's strike 2.
Boy, if you were looking for a curveball, that would have been a nice one to hit. I mean, it was right over the heart of the plate, right about belt high, and Wynn let it go for a called strike. Now he's in the hole.
And could be in trouble here at 1 and 2. Runner goes, swinging a foul off the end of the bat. Rathgeb going to second, but I don't even think they were going to cover the bag at second or throw through at all.
He had a big jump.
Probably giving him second base now with 2 strikes if he wants it.
Yeah, those middle infielders didn't vacate their position at all. They were going to let him take the bag.
1 and 2. A long look by Freppen, and time called by the batter.
And you wonder if you're going to let the runner on first steal the bag and you keep those middle infielders at their positions, why do you hold him on in the first place? You open up that big hole in right.
Foul ball again with the runner going again. Wynn battling here, even though he's behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is grounded out. He is flied out. 1-0 Belleville East, 5th inning. Lefty against lefty here, and Wynn will take a curveball. Strike 3 called. He was fooled. A good pitch by the lefty at 1-2, and that is the end of the 5th. Redbirds leave first and third in the 4th. They leave first and third in the 5th. We've played 5. Belleville East 1-0 over Alton. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
One of the greatest myths about car dealers is that some pay less for their cars than others. Hi, I'm John Roberts, and we all pay the same. Here at Roberts Motors, we can compete with any Ford dealer, regardless of how big they are or how great they say their deals are. The number one concern of anyone buying a car today is service. At Roberts Motors, we pride ourselves in exceptional service before, after, and during the sale. Stop in today and see why Roberts has been the home of happy customers since 1949, or see us online at RiverBender.com.
They're down by 1, and boy, when it's a tight game like that, you got to come through when you get that opportunity.
Millis, Yates, and King here, 3, 4, and 5 batters. 1-0 game, last inning, the first run of the game. Lancers with a home run. Millis pops it foul, back end, out of play, and that home run coming from the number 7 hitter in the batting order. Isaiah hit. Number 3 hitter here, Millis. A walk and a pop out in foul territory. And a deep drive to right is hooking foul. Home run distance it looked like, but foul.
Yeah, they've been hitting St. Peter's a lot more last couple of innings. There were some hard hit balls last inning. In fact, Lancers had 3 hits in that 5th inning. They plated the run with the home run, but they had 2 other hits, one erased with a double play. There's been some hard hit balls against this Alton right-hander.
Up high for a ball here. He wastes one at 0-2. Jordan Yates waits on deck.
There's been some action down in the Alton bullpen. We'll see how long Todd Haug stays with his starter as we're in the 6th now.
Curveball outside, misses the corner. 2-2 the count.
Previous meeting between these two teams, it was Gary Vols who got the win, going 4 2/3.
Here's the pitch, and it is a ball called, and inside and low, maybe 3-2.
Charlie Erler also pitched in that game in Belleville.
Redbirds looking for the sweep in the games against Belleville East. Line drive hit deep, and it is way back and gone. A line drive home run that goes over the yellow line, straight away right, but a rocket shot to right field.
Yeah, 2nd straight inning with a home run to lead off the inning, and both home runs are just creeping over that yellow stripe at the top of the fence. Millis hit this one on a line, straight away right field, and it's 2-0 Lancers.
Well, the first home run was a towering drive, but this one not a towering drive. He turned on it, and Millis hits his 3rd home run of the year, and they don't hit many home runs. They had 3 coming into the game all year long.
Yeah, Yates had the other one, and then we had hit with the home run earlier, and now Millis with his 3rd of the season.
Jordan Yates swing and a miss, strike 1. So that doubles the lead, 2-0 Lancers now.
24 RBI on the season for Millis, and that's 2nd best on the team. Also behind Yates.
Ball low. Probably a good college future ahead of that catcher. When you can hit like that and throw right and bat left as a catcher, it's good news. And here's more good news for Belleville East. Jordan Yates with a single to center field, and the hits keep coming for the Lancers.
Yeah, it was a one hopper to center field, and it's not only hits, but they're hard hit balls, and I'm sure the coaching staff of the Redbirds are very much aware of it, and I'm sure that it won't be much longer before we see a relief pitcher enter the game for the Redbirds. It's St. Peter's who settled down after that struggling first inning, but He's been hit hard the last inning or so.
7 hits now for Belleville East. Jaden Webb, looks like number 2, junior, is going to run for Yates at first base. Nobody out. Here's Isaiah King, a senior. Nine seniors for the Lancers. Even more for the Redbirds, as we mentioned here. For senior day, strike 1 to King. Nobody out, 6th inning. Runner going, swing and a miss. Throw to second, not in time. Big jump again, and it's another steal for Belleville East.
They're 3 for 3 on stolen bases today. It would have been tough. Isaiah King is not somebody you're going to double up easily. And now that double play is virtually out of the equation.
2 strikes now. King 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a tap foul, and the runner at second with nobody down. And he's going to see what the 5 and 6 hitters do for him here as Belleville East tries to add to their lead.
Well, so far in this game, the 5 and 6 hitters have not reached base. So you can take that either way. Either they're due or that St. Peter's has had their number.
Swing and a miss, and King strikes out. And St. Peter's has had some strikeouts today. That's 7.
Got a bulk of them in that first couple of innings. 2 strikeouts in the first, 2 in the second, or actually struck out the side in the second. And then he went a couple innings before he recorded a strikeout in the 5th, and now gets one here in the 6th. But that might be all.
As the skipper comes to the hill, Todd Haug going to talk it over here before Lawrence and Hitt are due up back-to-back with 1 out and 1 on. He may see what happens with this 6-hitter here before he makes a change.
Well, normally you see Coach Kleeman come in if it's talking about strategy or mechanics or something like that as the pitching coach. This is the manager out there, but he doesn't make the change.
And so the 6th inning will continue with Jacob on the mound. St. Peter's against Evan Lawrence here. 1 on, 1 out, and 1 more in this inning. We've had a home run to left, a home run to right. And now we're ready to go with the 6-hitter stepping in. Just after 6 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. And the batter steps out. Time's called.
Well, the umpire really, he didn't signal time very quickly that time, and St. Peter's went through with his delivery and threw it across the plate.
St. Peter's again, ground ball to short in the hole and gets by Patton. He tried the backhanded play again down on one knee, but that was going to be a hit either way as it was deep in the hole at short.
Yeah, kind of a seeing eye that time. It was out of the reach of Wynn at third base position, and then in the hole, Patton couldn't keep it in front of him. Got under his glove, and runners are now at the corners with 1 out.
And yet another hit in this 6th inning. 3 hits to give them 8.
And they had 3 hits last inning.
Mm-hmm. And now the big hitter that got us started in the run department, and that is number 27, Isaiah Hitt, the right fielder. H-I-T-T. Isaiah going to Lincoln College next year. Isaiah with a Z, I-Z-A-I-A-H. Isaiah Hitt. 2 on and 1 out. St. Peter's struck out Hitt in the 2nd inning, and then Hitt hit the home run last inning to left field. Here's the pitch, and runner's going to go to second base without a throw. Strike one.
Guy that hits a home run last time up, his first home run of the year, squares to bunt on the first pitch this time up. Don't think he'll be bunting here with runners on second and third, but I would take my chances. He's probably not going to hit a long ball either.
Infield comes in all the way around to the edge of the infield grass. Kanalikin at first, Tall at second, Patton at short, Wynn at third base.
They want to keep it a two-run ball game, so they're going to come home if it's hit at one of these fielders, or at least check that runner.
Stretch by St. Peter's. The pitch. Outside for a ball. St. Peter's in the stretch, whether there's runners on or not, but 2 on here and 1 out. 1-1 count.
Pull those fielders in, it creates more space for a ball to get through the infield, and maybe 2 runs would score if hits it through the infield here. Could break open this game.
Stretch by St. Peter's, pitch, swing and a line drive, base hit into center field. He's got 2 more RBIs, it looks like. The throw home, not in time, and on the throw home, he takes second base. He drives in 2 more, and it is 4-0 Lancers.
It might be a career game for Isaiah Hitt. Had just 11 RBIs coming in, and he's got 3 of them here today with a solo home run and a double or single that drives in 2.
2-run single, and here comes pitching coach Pete Kleeman, and now there will be a change. 4-0, 6th inning in favor of Belleville East over Alton High. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There is also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Have carried over the fence, home runs. Now Hunter steps in with runner at second, making his 16th appearance on the season, one of these relief specialists for Coach Howd.
Max Hunter delivers a strike. Maxwell Hunter.
No record. He's pitched 15 2/3 innings and has a .45 ERA.
Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, Alex Phillips, and he'll take a ball. It's 1-1 here with 1 out. 4 have reached base this inning. 3 have scored. And we have a 4-0 game as it's been broken open a little bit here as we were 0-0 for a while, but 4-0, that's a big lead today.
And this batter here, Phillips, has been on base twice. Hitt's been on base twice, got that home run and then that RBI single. Up at the top of the order, Gall has been on base twice. Millis has been on base twice.
This one is up and away and over the batter's head. Gets away from Hunter there. It's now 2-2. Well, the Redbirds, as we mentioned, baseball and softball, both with 21 wins coming into today. Baseball looking for number 22 today. Softball picked up number 22 today. This pitch is high for a ball. Alton 2, Jersey 1. 2-1 win for the Redbirds in softball today. Three balls, 2 strikes. Stretch by Hunter. Runner going to third, and the batter swings and pops it up to short right. Allen comes way in to short right field to make the grab. 2 down.
It was a long run for Allen. I was thinking that maybe that would stay on the infield, but it carried out to short right field. Allen with the running catch, and that runner was almost all the way to third base, and he was running towards his third base dugout where he got a lot of help telling that he better get back to second.
That softball game today pitting 2 teams that each had 21 wins. Alton now 22-7, though. Here's a ground ball to short. Patton throws to first, and Jalen Jones is out, number 3. Hunter comes in, gets a couple of outs, and ends the inning. 6th inning, good for the Lancers, though. They scored 3 more, and they lead the Redbirds now 4-0. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Midwest Members Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Midwest Members is the one place to go.
Leadoff man reach in this game. So they've been getting runners on base with at least 1 out, and if you can get that leadoff man, that can maybe open up an inning.
And all 4 hits are singles, no extra base hits. Of course, the Lancers with a couple of home runs, and they have 4 on the board here.
And those singles have more often than not been kind of just hits the other way. I mean, good base hits, but haven't really been turning on them, haven't really hit that scorcher.
There's a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman can't get it. He tried to backhand it and took a tricky hop there at the end and on into center field for a hit.
It's been hits like that, just a ball that bounced a few times on the infield, out of the reach of the second baseman, arranging towards second base bag, and Tall gets on base for the first time here today. We got a leadoff man on.
Redbirds with their 5th hit, 5 singles. Here's Aaron Bunnell. Catcher for the Redbirds. Foul ball off to the right and out of play. Mentioned softball for the Redbirds, now 22-7. Jersey falling to 21-10.
Look at that game on the schedule, and you figured it might be a close one, and it proved to be.
2-1 Alton in softball today. There's a wild pitch back to the wall, back to the screen, and that will allow the runner to move to second. Tall there with nobody out.
We looked at this game, and you thought it would be a fairly close game, and it's proven to be. I mean, it's a 4-0 ball game, not a blowout by any means. Teams with similar records. And
off the end of the bat, that's going to be a hit. It's going to drop in short center field, 1st and 3rd for the Redbirds. They have a couple of hits here in the 6th inning, and maybe it's rally time for the Redbirds.
They left 2 runners on in each of the 4th and 5th innings, but this is the first time they've had back-to-back hits in this game. And runners are at the corners, 1st and 3rd here, with nobody out in the 6th, trying to overcome a 4-0 deficit.
Both bullpens are working here. Alton, first base side, Lancers, third base side, as the bullpens get busy here in the 6th inning. And Jacob Kanalikin steps in. 2 for 2, 2 singles. First baseman for Alton will take a strike outside corner.
I don't think he agreed with that, but he'll accept it. There were some pitches earlier in this game that Alton benefited from.
24 RBIs on the year for number 23. Swing and a miss a little further outside. 0-2, Boschert on deck, and then Patton as the Redbirds try to get on the board first and then go after the Lancers' 4-0 lead. You got to score first to start this rally. Get that 0 off the scoreboard.
And you could score here the way they're playing the infield. I mean, a ground ball will score a run.
They want the double play.
Yeah, they want to get the 2 outs and give up the 1 run.
That's a good trade when you're leading 4-0. Foul ball off to the right.
Defensive swing that time, just a stay alive swing for Bunnell. Foul that one off, get a better one you can handle.
Todd Howe gives some more signs to the base runners and the batter here. The lefty brings it home. Runner going, foul ball. Runner going from first. He'll go back at 0-2.
Off-speed pitch in on the hands that time. Bunnell maybe trying to go to right field with that hole on the right side of the infield. First baseman holding. But couldn't quite guide it where he wanted to. Fouled it off.
We'll try again now. Again, the Redbirds with nobody out here, bottom of the 6th. Pitch high for a ball.
Another off-speed pitch from this pitcher. He's used that off-speed at the 2-strike count. He's used it with no strikes on the batter. He's confident he can get that off-speed pitch over.
And this one is close, but inside. 2-2.
That count's starting to creep in favor of the batter now. As the pitcher starts to think, I've got to get one over, and the batter thinks, I'm ready for it if you try to get one past me.
Swing and a foul tip. He stays alive, and this batter needs some kind of contact here. A sac fly, something. A base hit. Get the Redbirds on the board. 4-0 Lancers, 6th inning.
That was another off-speed pitch that Bunnell just got a piece of.
Ground ball to short, and the shortstop bobbles. He'll have to go to first, and out there, out with a run scoring at first base, and the home plate umpire is going to help the base umpire see if they stayed on the bag at first.
Well, the shortstop bobbled it, and when he bobbled it, it took the double play out of the possibilities, and he had to make the throw on to first. He kind of rushed it a little bit. Drew the first baseman, Yates had to stretch for it. Nick Smith down there at first said he pulled his foot off. He wanted the home plate umpire to maybe overrule the base umpire. It's not too often you're going to get a home plate umpire overruling a base umpire on a play at first base like that. So the out is recorded at first, a run scores, and the runner from first advances to second.
First baseman had to stretch out toward right field. On that wide throw to first, it's an out, it's an RBI. Seth Boschert comes in now with 1 on, 1 out, and the Redbirds on the board. They trail now 4-1.
Well, they break through, and that's like you mentioned earlier. They got to break through before you can complete a rally. Still got that runner in scoring position, just the 1 out.
Marcus Schaumburg, the batter here, number 6, pinch hitting, left-handed batter. So they pinch hit, but they still go lefty against lefty here. Schaumburg, .333, just 18 at-bats on the year.
Yeah, 21 plate appearances. He's 6 for 18. He does have 7 RBIs on the year in that limited playing time at the varsity level.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss up in his eyes, and Schaumburg has struck out here as the Redbirds go to another senior, number 6, a pinch hitter there, and he strikes out. There's 2 down.
Well, that position in the batting order, a couple of strikeouts and a double play, so couldn't come through with runners on base in this game from that 6th spot in the lineup. And now it's up to Stephen Patton to try to keep this inning going.
And they're going to go to the bench again and get some more seniors in here on senior day. 26, Sam Ballard will bat here. So another left-handed batter. It's Ballard, 26, stepping in.
See him working off the mound. Don't see him hitting a lot during the season.
2 outs, runner at second base, pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike called.
.308 batting average for Ballard. 15 for 52, 14 RBIs, got 7 doubles.
Low and away for a ball. It's 1-1 to Ballard here.
Redbirds can use a double here. All their hits have been singles in this game.
Sixth inning, and they get their first run. Here's a pitch outside for a ball. Cody Freppen, probably can't say enough about him. He's done a great job. 3-3 record coming in, but he's...
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
4-1. And John Witt, looks like number 22, another senior, going to get an opportunity to play on senior day as he steps in from the bullpen, and third pitcher for the Redbirds here today.
Witt has started one game this year. This will be his 11th appearance on the season. He's got a 1-0 record in 11 1/3 innings pitched.
Well, we had a couple pinch hitters that inning, and one of them was for the shortstop Patton, but he stays in at short. The defense is still the same. Rathgeb in left, Hampton in center, Allen in right. It's Wynn at third, Patton at short, Tall at second, Kanalikin at first. Bonnell still the catcher, the senior catcher, but now it is Witt, right-hander, on the mound for Alton High. 4-1 Belleville East. Alton won at Belleville at the end of March. Now Belleville trying to win at Alton in the middle of May. And the first pitch is a strike to Patrick Gall, the leadoff man for the Lancers today.
And this game was originally supposed to be the road game, but they were flipped after the first game was moved to Belleville.
March 31st. We still have a little bit of March weather hanging around, though.
I think that's the sun.
I think that is.
Through the clouds.
Left field.
It's not really doing its job.
Inside for a ball. 2-1 the count here to Gall. He has 2 infield singles.
And 2 stolen bases.
Here's the pitch. It's low and inside.
So with those 2 stolen bases, he's a guy that you don't want to walk. And what happens when you don't want to walk someone? You start out 3-1.
Redbirds started St. Peter's today. Then it was Hunter. Now it's Witt, W-I-T-T, and he walks his first man that he faces here in the 7th inning.
Bunch of base runners last inning for the Lancers. They jumped up from 5 hits going into the inning. They had 4 last inning, so they've got 9 hits and 4 runs scored. And a walk puts the first man on here in the 7th.
Here's Trevor Sanchez, 0 for 3. He's the designated hitter, right-handed batter, strike 1.
Gall with that big lead at first, and he watched a couple of pitches before he took off in his first couple of steal attempts. We'll see if he waits for a pickoff move before he makes his move if he intends to steal.
There he goes, pitch out, throw to second is a good throw, and safe. Bang, bang play, and he may got in just under the tag. It was close.
Yeah, that was the best throw we've seen from Bonnell today as he threw a strike down to second base, and with Gall getting a good jump despite the pitch out, still called safe at second on a close one.
Well, if the throw was a little lower, it would have been a better bang, bang tag, and throw maybe a little high above the belt, and took a little time to get down there, but it was close. Runner at second, nobody out. Sanchez at 1-1. Now he's going to bunt, and he takes low, 2-1.
Despite this leadoff man getting on base 3 times today, stealing 3 bases, he has not scored a run.
Ryan Wiggs coaching at third. He's the manager for the Lancers baseball team. Here's the pitch, and it's bunted, and it is bobbled by the pitcher, and Witt will not have a play. Almost caught it in the air at the front of the mound there, and then he bobbled it. Still had time, but he bobbled it again.
Yeah, he tried to make the grab in the air, and when he did that, he went to his knees, and when he couldn't grab it with the glove, it bounced out, kind of rolled on the other side of the mound. He couldn't recover to throw the runner out at first, and it's a infield single for Sanchez.
So 4-1, but it could be more for the Lancers here as the head coach, Todd Howe, goes to the mound to talk over this situation with Drew Millis. Coming to the plate, we're going to have a new pitcher coming to the mound for Alton. Another break here, 4-1, seventh inning. The Lancers lead the Redbirds. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number one. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
Another new pitcher for the Redbirds.
Yeah, Coley's a sidearm delivering right-handed relief pitcher, making his 17th appearance on the year. He's 1-1 with a 2.01 ERA. He'll face a left-handed batter here in Millis.
And another senior on the mound. Another senior gets in on senior day here. Right-handed pitcher. Ball 1 to Millis. And this 4-1 game right now is still within reach, but the Lancers could change that here in the 7th. Outside, 2-0.
And the first 2 have reached, and you got this dangerous Millis, followed by Yates, who leads the team with RBIs, and East trying to add to their lead.
He sent one over the right field fence his last time up as he pulled it. That was last inning and made it 2-0. Then it went to 4-0. Right now it's 4-1.
That was hit on a line, straight away or right field.
Foul ball off to the left, and it's 2-2 now. And Millis, Yates, and King, heart of the order again. 3, 4, and 5 up there. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. First and third, nobody out. Here's the next. Swinging a fly ball to center. Hampton coming in to the gap in left center to make the catch. Runner tags and will score on the sac fly, and it's 5-1. Millis with another RBI.
Yeah, he had that leadoff home run last inning. Drives in a run here with the fly out to center field as Gall trots in easily with really no throw. As the ball came back onto the infield, trying to keep Sanchez from going down to second.
And with 1 on and 1 out, Jordan Yates steps in now. He singled and scored last inning. Actually a pinch runner. But he's up there again here in the 7th. 5-1 ball game. There's a deep drive to left. Look out below. Way back and gone. Straight away left. Yates, the big hitter in the order with 30 RBIs coming into the day. A 2-run bomb there.
Yeah, he's got 32 as he... That was no doubter. That one was well over the left field fence. The first 2 just kind of scraped over the wall. This one was hammered by Jordan Yates, his second home run of the year. And they've muscled up for 3 home runs in this game, and they had 3 home runs on the season total.
Must like this new Redbird field here.
Not so much for the Redbird pitchers.
Yeah, Witt was in there and faced 2 batters. They both score. That's the first run charged to Coley, the home run, but 3 runs in the inning. 7-1. We were 0-0 in the 5th. but it's 7-1 now in the 7th.
A couple of solo home runs and now a 2-run poke for Yates.
Isaiah King now, and it's a ball low.
He's 0 for 3 in this one.
3 RBIs for Hit, 2 RBIs for Millis, 2 RBIs for Yates. 7-1 Lancers, the pitch. Outside for a ball.
You would think with this submarine delivery that Coley would be difficult to right-handed batters, but Yates was waiting, and he hammered one.
There's a line drive, hit hard to right. That's a base hit into right field with 1 out. Another hit for Belleville East.
Yeah, 4 hits last inning. They've got 3 more here in this inning. And that's up to 12 hits in the game for the Lancers. Still just 1 out in the 7th with 3 runs across.
And Coley. It's ready now here with 1 on and 1 out. Here's a foul ball on a hit and run. The runner will go back. Boy, 7, an unlucky number here at home lately. O'Fallon, 7-0. Edwardsville, 7-2 winning here. 7-1 now in favor of Belleville East. Some of those conference games here at home, losses where they're not scoring many runs and giving up 7s, rolling 7s here.
And there's been some home runs hit by the opposition, something that the Redbirds haven't really been able to get in on the fun, hitting numerous home runs on their home field.
Coley delivers, check swing, and the bat hits Bonnell as he broke outside, and it's going to be catcher's interference. The catcher injured there a little bit, and a pitch out, and it was a hit and run, and instead of popping straight out, Bonnell kind of moved up toward home plate while he was grabbing the pitch out, and he got hit with a check swing with a bat to the hand.
Yeah, the Alton dugout assumed that the runner would be going, so they pitched out, but the hit and run was on, so it's up to the batter to try to make contact, and even though the ball was outside, he swung the bat, and Bonnell, I don't think, was expecting the batter to swing, and boy, he got him and took the glove off of his hand, and it's going to be catcher's interference. The runner reaches second, the batter goes to first.
And that means he got hit on the left hand, right around the thumb, I guess. And the catcher's mitt did go flying off, and he went down quickly, and he's flexing that left hand and those fingers right now, and I believe that's also called an error on the catcher.
I was just going to ask. I think that's an error on the catcher, so it's no hit. Catcher's interference.
So here's Isaiah Hit, up for the 3rd time in 3 innings. The 5th, the 6th, and now the 7th. And strike 1.
And he was on circling the bases in the 5th. We've got a rundown.
Now they've got the runner caught between 2nd and 3rd. They throw, and he gets back safe at second base. Under the tag is Isaiah King, and Todd Howe going to argue with the base umpire here, I believe.
Yeah, the infielders couldn't believe that he was called safe. They ran him back to second. That's what you want to do. You want to run the runner back to the base he came from. But, boy, they couldn't get the tag, so they had to toss it real quick to the second baseman. And according to the umpire, it was King getting in under the tag at second. He's ruled safe.
Well, they really didn't make that rundown look smooth, and it wasn't played well, and it cost him in the end as the umpire calls safe at second base.
Should have made him maybe a quick throw towards second right away instead of running him back to try to close up that distance. As it was, King just used his quickness to get back to the bag quicker than Alton could reach him with a tag or make that throw. The throw came too late, and that's what allowed him to get in under the tag.
Belleville East, still 1 out, still 2 on here in the 7th. They've scored 3 here in the 7th with another home run.
There's been a couple of calls on the bases that Coach Todd Haug has not been happy about. And they've been some close ones. The steal earlier this inning, that play there, or earlier in this game, a play at first base.
The stretch. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a little pop-up. Pitcher coming in. Can't make the play. And now he tries to pick it up as it was going foul, but he wouldn't let it go foul. He grabbed it while it was on the dirt there after a diving attempt, and it's going to be a hit instead of a foul ball.
And when you make a diving attempt like that and come up empty, just let it go because you didn't touch it when you made your diving attempt, and the ball was going to spin and go foul. Instead, he tried to grab it with the bare hand and tag it, the runner, as he was going by. Couldn't make the play, and now the bases are loaded.
Alex Phillips, the number 8 hitter, due up now. Looks like they're going to go to their bench here, up 7-1 as they bring in number 17, Austin Galloway, a junior. They're going to make sure the pitcher is okay after that diving attempt in the infield grass.
And he kind of lingered down the first base line. I just assumed it was more out of frustration than being shaken up. Aaron Bunnell, the catcher, came out and conferred with him, and now Coach Haug is going to see if his pitcher, Coley, is okay.
Right-handed batter up there with the bases loaded now. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Galloway has a chance.
And they had some calls that didn't go their way and just a couple of mental miscues as well. Just 1 out in the inning, 3 runs already across as the Lancers are opening this game up here late.
Austin Galloway to the plate as the infield comes in again with 1 out. Top of the 7th. Up and away for a ball.
Galloway hitting just 167 on the year, limited at bats, 55 plate appearances. He's 9 for 48 on the season.
Here's a strike called, and it's 1-1. Well, if the Redbirds do not rally here, they will have lost 5 of their last 7 games and play at Collinsville tomorrow to wrap up the regular season. Not the way you want to be playing down the stretch. Up and away for a ball.
They play Quincy next week in the regional. Quincy, a familiar opponent. Football, basketball, but not so far in baseball until the regional.
2-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a shot. Line drive. Stabbed by the pitcher. Throw to third. Safe there. What a play and a quick glove, like a goalie, a glove save, and he made it on top of the hill.
Yeah, he made a little bit of a hesitation before he threw on to third base, and I don't know why Wynn was attempting to tag the runner. It's just a simple play. If your foot is on the base, it's an out, but he tried to tag the runner. Just goes as a line out to the pitcher for the second out of the inning.
And that will bring in Jalen Jones, shortstop. And he'll take down and in, ball 1. Well, the last couple of innings have been strange. We started 0-0 and all kinds of things since then.
Maybe that submarine delivery that we see from Coley put him in a good position to field that ball back up the middle. His first delivery to Jones, he almost fell down on his delivery.
There's a soft liner, takes a hop to Tall at second base. He throws to first for the out. 9 men to the plate. They bat around, and 3 runs come in, and they also leave 3 on base. And it is now 7-1. Lancers over the Redbirds as we go to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, we believe that great food paired with our own locally brewed craft beer is a staple in life, and we want to share that experience. At 4204, you will find a menu that complements our very own award-winning craft beers, and we serve the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. You can find us in both Alton by the Alton Square Mall and at our original location at 4204 West Main Street in Belleville. Come visit 4204 Main Street Brewing Company today for an experience you won't soon forget.
It's only been the one inning when they haven't had base runners on, the first. So they've gotten on against Freppen. They didn't get that clutch hit in the game. And it's been all singles, no doubles, no extra base hits, nothing. While the Lancers have 3 home runs on the day.
Derek Allen to the plate here. Boy, you look at Freppen, 3-3 with a 1.58 ERA. So there must have been some bad luck in there somewhere with a 1.58.
He's just keep the batters off balance. He doesn't overpower them. Strikeout numbers, just a handful today. I've got him with what, 3? 4?
4 Ks.
4 strikeouts.
And a walk here to start the 7th inning. Derek Allen will walk to first base.
The only time the Redbirds had their leadoff man reach was last inning, and that leadoff batter came around to score the Redbirds' lone run.
Center fielder number 18, Mike Hampton.
Well, Freppen also had a walk in the 4th, a walk in the 5th. So 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Here's Hampton now. Redbirds with 6 hits in the game. And now the number 9 hitter now, Mike Hampton.
Mikey's been on base with a walk in the 5th inning. 0 for 1.
Left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, and the first one is up and in for a ball.
Ducked out of the way of that one, that off-speed pitch that got away from the pitcher.
Redbirds with nobody out and start with a base runner, a leadoff walk. They've left 6 on base. Scored 1 run, that was last inning, 6th inning, and made it 4-1, but now it's 7-1. Here's a strike. Noah Rathgeb, top of the order, waiting on deck. Here's Freppen delivering again, low in the dirt. Belleville East going to play a game before the regionals, but not until Monday. I think they'll play Freeburg on Monday. And then the Belleville West game in the regional next Thursday. Belleville and Belleville.
And if things hold as they are right now, they'll go even 7-7 in the conference.
Here's a tap to the right side. Pitcher has it, and he's going to run to first base because the first baseman was going for the ball too, but pitcher will take it easily. 1 out.
You don't see too many 1 unassisted, but that's what Hampton grounded into there as the pitcher, with his momentum carrying him towards first, just outraced him to the bag.
Here's Rathgeb. 1 for 3, a single. Again, 6 hits for Alton, all singles today, and a single run on the board. Here's ball 1.
Well, if Alton's going to do some damage in the postseason, they're going to have to muscle up. You thought with the 27 runs scored yesterday, maybe that could carry over. Not really been the case today. Just a bunch of singles, and they haven't really been able to string together a big inning. Whoa.
Throw back, and it hits the pitcher, the catcher, throwing back to second base. Hits the pitcher, who is laughing at his catcher for throwing at him, so it must not have hurt him.
I thought it hit his glove, so.
Well, his hat's off, his glove is off, and he has a smile for his catcher.
He whipped his head around. He wanted to get a explanation from his catcher why that ball was coming right back at my head. He tried the pickoff play back to second base, but the pitcher was in the way, and Rathgeb is not the tallest of pitchers. But his catcher caught him by surprise there. Quick movements by Freppen out of the way on the throw by Millis back through the box.
And they are giving the catcher a hard time here. Everybody.
Yeah, he might have to ride in the back of the bus on the way back.
And a runner at second base with one out, and everybody's okay, and that's the good news.
Yeah, it looked like he got his glove up, and it, even though his hat flew off and his glove came off, and he laid there on the mound for a while, it was no harm, no foul.
So Freppen to Rathgeb again. 2-0. Delivers a strike after all that.
Yeah, he's trying for a complete game here. He doesn't want to have to be lifted with 2 more outs to get here in the 7th.
And a 3-3 record. Here's the pitch. It's a little high. I don't know how he's lost 3 games with a 1.58 ERA and the way he's looked here today. 3-1 the count.
Both he and Carringer making 8 starts on the year.
Low and away. There's another walk.
And Carringer's got the 7 wins, so he's been the workhorse, and I guess you would call the ace, but Freppen here has been acting like an ace, or at least a 1A, but he walks Rathgeb here.
4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he will leave the game here in the 7th inning. 6 1/3 innings pitched, and they will go to the bullpen here to finish off the game in the bottom of the 7th. 7-1 Lancers. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Second with 1 out. A 7-1 ball game, and Freppen has now left the game, but it's another left-hander now for the Lancers against Stephen Wynn.
1-0 record for Lastman, but his ERA is elevated, 4.57.
And there's a strike. Looks like 17 is running at second base. Ryan Boyd. Rathgeb at first base. Here's the next. It's outside for a ball, 2-1.
Make that relief pitcher work. Fresh to the ball game. See what he has. Make him throw you some strikes. Wynn doing a good job.
Ground ball toward the shortstop. He'll flip to second, out. That's the only out they'll get now. Now they have the runner caught between third and home, and they'll tag him out at home, but he dropped the ball, so he's safe at home, and it's 7-2.
Yeah, they weren't going to get Wynn on a traditional double play, but they almost got the double play anyway.
To win the game.
Yeah, as the runner from second rounded second, he tried to score with the instruction from his manager, but he beats the slide across the plate to push across the second run, and it's going to be just the one batter for Lastman.
So he will come out of the game, and it'll be a right-hander to face Rob Tall. And so the run comes in to score. Redbirds get a run in the 6th, a run in the 7th, as they throw the ball around a little bit there. Rathgeb was out number 2 down there at second base, and now it's a new pitcher coming in for Belleville East once again. And it is a right-hander for the first time today. Number 19, Jeff Carringer. Senior right-hander.
Yeah, he's been their go-to guy. He's started 8 games, completed 2 of them. He's got the 7-2 record, 7 wins, tops on the team. But he has made some appearances out of the bullpen, and with this now being a 5-run game with a runner on at first base, not taking any chances. They're going to get Carriger in the game to try to close this one out for the East Lancers. They try for win, what is it, number 24? 24 on the season. Try to get even in the conference at 7-7. And that'll create a logjam right in the middle of that conference with the Redbirds looking possibly to fall to 7-6 today.
And they could go to 7-7 if they lose to Collinsville tomorrow. And the middle of the Southwestern Conference standings jumbled up a little bit. O'Fallon 12-1. O'Fallon overall at 28-3 on the year. Edwardsville 11-3 in the conference. Belleville East or Belleville West. West is 9-3. Then you have Belleville East and Alton in the middle of the pack basically these days. And the Redbirds were looking for wins today and tomorrow to maybe go to 9-5 to finish conference play, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. 7-2 ball game, and the Redbirds down to their last out on Senior Day. Here at about 7 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton.
And on Senior Day, it's the freshmen who had the big day yesterday at the plate.
Rob Tall, breaking ball comes in, a little high, a little outside. Tall, 5 for 5 yesterday, 9 RBIs in that game. Right-hander against right-hander, and this one's a fastball strike. Outside edge, 1-1. Win at first base with 2 down. Here's the pitch. It's low and away. Throw to first, and the runner back safely.
That catcher Millis made a good stab at that ball. It was way outside. He was able to catch it on a bounce and still make a throw down to first to try to surprise Wynn as Yates was playing behind him. Yates covering and almost tagged him out.
There's a ground ball base hit into left field, and Tall has a hit. 2 hits on the day, and the ball gets away from the left fielder. So a single and an error, 2nd and 3rd, 2 out.
First hit of the inning. And now 2 runners in scoring position, and the cleanup man for Alton stepping in. It's still a 5-run difference, but if Bunnell puts a charge into one, it could energize this fan base.
Right-handed batter, catcher Aaron Bunnell, and he will take a strike.
We mentioned the Connellican, who had been on base twice today with a couple of hits, lifted from the game. Erler is on deck for the Redbirds.
Breaking ball strike, and it's 0-2, just like that. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch, and it sails high and away for a ball. 2 strikes and a ball with 2 outs. 7-2 in favor of Belleville East. Here's the pitch, and it is just outside. Ball 2.
Yeah, the catcher that time set up outside, set up off the plate. He wanted to see if Bunnell would chase. And when that ball kind of tailed back just a little bit, he was hoping to get the strike call. He didn't.
This is a pop-up to right field off the end of the bat. That should do it. Right fielder grabs it, and the Redbirds fall at home today, 7-2 to Belleville East. Lancers over the Redbirds. We're back with the postgame in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.